Doki. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SBR Sim Racing's Mazda MX5 Championship. My name is JB, and currently we're sat in the pit lane looking at Rob's back end here in Autopolis. Welcome everyone to this, the first of the MX5s, first of the MX5 series, as I'm just trying to furiously work out all of my buttons, as I just now sent the stream out into the drivers chat to see if any of the drivers will choose to come in and join us. Now, if you don't know what we're all about, we are here to do an MX5 feeder series for the other two divisions of the league here in SBR. So this is the SBR Mazda MX5 Championship, presented, I believe, by Pendragon Bodyworks. Nonetheless, so ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you're having a good evening. As you can tell by my horrendous voice, I've just woken up as I work night times, and I'll be looking forward to taking us through these horrendously fast drivers here in Autopolis, the short circuit, in arguably the better circuit. Let's get some variable cameras up in here. Make sure I remember all of my buttons, as it's been a little bit of time since I've done some had some fun on GT Sport commentary. It seems that, oh yeah, my relay camera only works during the race. Fantastic. So, and that's that. Please ignore that. I forgot that I was downloading an update to a game. Oh, okie dokie, folks. And there's Rob talking in the chat, complaining about getting penalties, as he so often does in this amazing little league. I'm very excited. If you don't know me, my name is JB. I haven't done much commentary in a long time, but this is number 13 qualifying of Freaker. I'm going to attempt to get everyone's first names right, because I was asked, can you do your first names? I said, yes I can. Will I do it? Probably. I will probably try. So, try and get everyone's information up here on my little phony phone. It does mean that I won't be able to look at the chat though, so if you're writing anything in the stream chat, I will hopefully get to that as soon as I can. So let's have a look at what I can do. 13 cents Fred. We're looking at Fred right now. We're 7 tenths down here in practice for qualifying. Will begin in just a moment's time. Well, officially, we'll begin in a moment's time. How are we all doing today? I'm very excited for this. Yellow flags. So we have a parked car at turn 1. We'll pass that in just a minute. There we go. Again, trying to work out all the camera angles. We probably won't be seeing much of this camera angle, unless we're doing a qualifying sim lap like we're doing now. So if we're running through turn 1, you'll see little kink at turn 2, and then heading down to the first time in ball is going to be just up on his best time here by 3 thousandths of a second. Sorry, 30 thousandths of a second. And then sliding through as the qualifying has now begun in 8 seconds. Let's get ready to rumble here in Autopolis. The cars are going to get powered up, and now we wait to see how everyone goes to play. The qualifying will last for 5 minutes. Captain 5 of our glorious minutes as we head down into qualifying. See the engines revving, rising. We're following Rob straight out. Let's get P2 up on the grid. P1 actually is the Norwegian of Ollie Polly. Try and find out where P1 actually is right now, or who's first on track. There we go. So Luke Mitchell is the first driver looking to set his place up on the timing screens straight away here. So we're going to try and get the car info. Oh, okay, that's hiding info. My apologies, we're just going to check everything. Check everything out, make sure it looks all shiny and good. F9 is the button we want. Nope. That's the button we want. So. Where's my... because there's a fun one. Ah, this is my favourite one. There we go. Luke Mitchell in the touring car, the Mazda touring car, is now going to cross the line to start his lap time here in Autopolis. The F12 is my favourite button in the whole world. Let's hide the player names though. Oops. My apologies. Players are all hidden now. Into turn 1 comes Mr. Mitchell. A little bit of a kink into turn 2. Now go on board with the British driver. Heading down into a harsh braking zone at turn 3. Braking hard, sliding in, 4-wheel drift, very well controlled. He runs now through slight bit of lag though as he comes through the double left-hander. Then a quick flick to the right for Mr. Mitchell. Then another right-hander into a long left-hander. Late apex, there he is, Kissy get running along the curve, really mashing that curve there, up onto the curve, bouncing around, doing very well here. He heads up towards the flick to the right, obviously in the normal circuit you'd be going down the hill, but this time he's going up the hill, round, and then flicking back onto the main circuit, powering now for the Mazda. His first lap time is going to be a 1:14.2, and that's a quick lap time there. We look forward to the race. It's very quick there from the start. Try and find someone else to look at. P6, that's the Weller. We'll catch up with everything here. A little bit of damage on the front end of the red car. Weller's car. Obviously you'll notice all of the liveries are pretty similar in this series, so lots of people all going for pretty similar liveries and then heading on to the race itself. Let's see if we can find out where the damage was. Yeah, we've got a replay, there we go. Qualifying is about to end though, as I test up my replay camera. There we go, cut the replay camera, so we can get that. Looking forward though to heading towards the race. It seems that Ollie Polly is going to be in P1 right now in the white car. The Norwegian driver looking to take pole position for the first time here in the Mazda class. We'll see what happens. This is the first time we've got 2 races. Luke Mitchell going even faster though, but not fast enough. It's the 10th in it between Ollie Polly and everyone else. Can the Norwegian do as they come through to start the lap now? I think he'll have one more lap. But it's a GT Sport, so he will have no more laps after this lap. Ollie Polly does not seem to improve as he pulls to the inside. No indicators on though, as he's weaving across. Qualifying over in 45 seconds. Whoever there is, yellow flag. There's a spinner and a crashed car at turn 1. I'm not sure who that's going to be. If it was, if I could know, I'd go back and have a look at the replay. It doesn't seem like I can take that right now. So, there's the yellow flags once more. Flashing of the indicators here. There we go. Car way off now in the gravel. We'll get back onto it as we head towards the race now. Thoroughly excited for this race here in Autopolis, and qualifying is now over 2 minutes for drivers to finish their lap times. My apologies. It seems they do have lap time to spare. See who's going quicker. There's a checkered flag waving. So Dylan Price improves. Stavego, sorry, improves as well. There comes Ollie Polly in P1. Sorry, Luke Mitchell has improved now to make it into P1 himself. I don't know what his lap time was, but it's a quick lap time. It's quicker than Ollie Polly, who has been edged out into P2 by 0.067 a second. Ollie Polly there with a nice pink helmet. So Norwegian looking very comfortable as he's looking to be quick for this race. 2 minutes left of qualifying. We're going to try and find the drivers that have not finished their lap time yet. Here is the full leaderboard here. The results have been confirmed. Luke Mitchell on pole position for the first time here in Autopolis. N2000 class, rounds 1 and 2 here for the MX5s. Let's take a look at the grid. So flashing the lights, they're giving a good old flash. Luke Mitchell on pole position. 12 drivers on this grid. Sorry, 13 drivers on this grid here. and we're going to see what we can do. Let's get rid of those names as quickly as possible. 15 minutes are the lap times here as we go racing here. It's a great start already, and a bad start from the back there. I'm not sure who it was in the black and the turquoise car as he runs down into turn 1. Let's see what we can have. Can we have any action in turn 1? We see Luke Mitchell is going to lead into 1 as he powers through turn 1. He is going to lead ahead of Oli Azuela in P3. Rob, who is Groot, is in P4. We see a couple of cars lagging through. No signs of no sign of a what's it called, a penalty yet. They run through here, and 15 minutes now as we try and capture all the action here in the race. Whoa, slightly there from Oli almost running into the back of what seems to be Mr. Mitchell's car. Green flag waving there from the marshal as they run towards the second sector. During the second sector now, what they can do is run towards going up the hill. Two very similar colour cars there. Groot trying to pass, well, looking as close as possible. Let's go on board with Groot. Here's the T camera. Oh, something's gone wrong at the top though. It seems that we have some major differences here. Luke Mitchell getting a very, very interesting line now as he heads on to lap 2 here for the 15-minute race. Any action further down, we're going to try and capture it as best we can. And there we see a move from Groot. He's under pressure from, oh, someone went almost right at turn 1. So from Kale trying to put him under pressure as much as possible. What can he do as he looks to the inside line? Can he make a move here? Very difficult to overtake it or topple it. Oh, that's an interesting line there from Groot. As we keep an eye past that, currently going to Mitchell. You see attacking there, Oli attacking as best they can. A couple of lagging moments here. See a slow car further back. I wonder what's caused that. We'll go back and see if we can capture that. We'll replay in just a moment's time. What if it was just a mistake? Probably could have been. We will have a look. Whoops, I dropped my phone. Need that. So on to lap 2, on to lap 3 now, end of lap 2, start of lap 3, and Oli seems to be closer than ever as he tries to overtake the MX5 in front. What can the Mazda do as he looks to the inside line, chooses not to make any moves. Once again, we're going to pop back in there. There's a potential move there from Groot as he looks to try and make a move. What can he do? Oh, there's definitely a move here now. Mitchell under pressure as we try and get the right camera angle. So how did that happen there? Mitchell has been past Oli for the lead now here in on top of us. I wonder if that was a sliding mode. We're going to try and go back about 15 seconds if we can. Here's a replay. Let's see out side by side. So the replay's already done. So that was a very quick replay there showing us. Oh, and someone going wide further back. The moment Bruce, he gets affected by the turbulent air from Azuela's car. He tries to fight onto the podium today, looking to get through as soon as possible. He's quick, going to push on. We'll keep an eye on that track map though. If anyone looks great, there's a move, a potential move there, a little bit of an attacking dive bomb there from the British driver on the American, looking to try and get his way through. Red car under pressure. They all slipstreaming down the straight here in Japan. What can he do? He's closer, but he needs to get a great run out of the final corner if he wants to make a move. Or he has to do something like Oli did to pass for the race lead. Going to have some almighty dive bomb. It does seem Luke Mitchell's in trouble. We may see pit stops in this race if they run out of fuel. I think fuel is mainly what we're going to see. Some people going side by side further back will try and get some action there. Oh, we've got a slow car. Let's go back to see if we can find out what happened to why that car was slow. So through turn 1 here. Was he having along? No, he's gone wide himself. Look at that. Straight wide. That's Bifter. The British driver making a huge mistake at 1, which has cost him 2 positions now. So back up to P3 to the battle there between Azuela and Mitchell. Mitchell under serious pressure here from the American. American taking all sorts of different lines here. 10 minutes left to go. He doesn't want to burn up his tyres too much, doesn't want to burn up his fuel too much, but he's got so much of a better run here. See if we can get the onboard camera look. No, it doesn't seem like we've got an onboard camera inside the car. So he pulls the outside line there. Luke Mitchell going to try and defend it. Let's get an outboard shot. Going side by side into one. Can as well as go all the way around the outside of turn one. He can make it all the way around the outside. He will make it for the corner. And now he sets the sight on P1 and to deny the Norwegian the first win of the season here in Autopolis. Interesting attacking move there. You see the wheels sliding in all different directions there as Groot is tantalisingly close to that podium. He's going for it, he's trying, but he cannot make it stick so far. Let's try and go on board with the actual camera inside the car. See the car fighting itself there. Oh, and there you see Luke Mitchell trying to make a move on the American of Zuela trying to defend 3 wide into 1 corner. Can it work? It has worked somehow, and it's actually worked mainly for Groot. Groot, I said tantalisingly close to the podium, and now he's up in P2. Shocking, amazing move there from Groot. And now what can Rob do in defence? Well, we've seen this happen before. We know what Zuela can do if he heads into turn 1. He's going to look to throw it around the outside. Can he do it on Groot? Groot's going to be a little bit more aggressive, I think, than Luke Mitchell was, but he's going to have to concede that second place once more to the American. And all of this is allowing Ollie Polly to just run away. Remember, equal cars, most of it is down to setup related here. And it does seem that right now Ollie Polly's got the best setup with all these cars sliding through. What a quality little slide there. So much more tighter into the fast left-hander for Groot as he tried to make his way past Luke Mitchell, but his battling is all just helping Ollie Polly get away. There could be an almighty smash in just a few moments time as we look at Groot trying to chuck it around the inside of, as well as he did so long ago on those laps, into lap 5 he did that, and now he's going to try and force him out a little bit wide here. Touring car rules, remember, if you don't mind knocking someone off, you're going to do it. Let's get a tighter camera angle. We're following these two. This time Groot might be a little bit ruder into turn 1, saying no, if you want to pass me, you want to try and do it. Luke Mitchell got the best seat in the house though as well. Tries to swing round the outside. What can he do? And it seems that Rob's still holding on to that position, always side by side. Sideways on the curb, and here comes Weller trying to come back at him because he hooked his rear tyre on the curb and it sent him out sideways. He's going to aggressively make it move. Weller's through. Mitchell, can he make it through? It doesn't seem Luke Mitchell can do it. The 13 car is going to have to stay back behind. We look to try and look at the 14 car of Groot. Let's go on board with him. What can he do? Every bit of detail. Get the on board here. Groot currently P3. His fastest lap time was a little bit quicker than anyone else. Try and find his way through. What can he do as he tries to get through? On tenterhooks, he tries to make it to the inside. He can't do it. He's been boxed out, so he's going to try and go around the outside once more. But there's Luke Mitchell already making the move now around the outside. So Luke Mitchell getting the better run, and Groot being shafted out onto the grass just a little bit. Now he's got the run. He's going to be boxed up. We've seen a little bit of box drafting here. A bit of NASCAR techniques. 2.8 seconds is the gap to lead. Ollie Polly still leading here as we go 3 wide into turn 1 here. Zweller versus Mitchell versus Groot. What can they do? Rob's bumping, they're bashing. I said it was touring car rules, and it's still acting like touring cars. This is like British touring car back in the 80s. The glorious era of British touring car. And there you see Groot still shafted down into P2. Oh, sorry, that is a Cable coming back out of him. So Groot's running away now. So Kale coming at him in P5. That's P6. So Kale at the inside now of the British driver, the South African driver, I believe, trying to get his way forwards in the race. He wants to make it further up then P5 didn't like that number. He likes P4. I'm sure he'll like P3 a little bit better. Can he beat Zweller? Seems to be a little bit of lag coming off the South African, because here comes Luke Mitchell. And they go 3 wide once more into the final corner. And it's bumping and then bashing, and Luke Mitchell's going to think, oh, we'll take each other out and I can get through. And here we go, back on the turn 1. Let's have a look on Luke Mitchell's point of view. On board with Luke Mitchell here. British driver, 4 minutes left to go of this race. So 5 minutes left to go of this race as we now heading to turn 1. He's getting boxed out. Luke Mitchell having to lift off early, and there's contact there between the two of them. They're weaving, they're sliding, they're slaloming around the track, and it seems that Cale has made his way through. Once again, I apologise if the names are wrong. I'm not brilliant with names, but I always try my hardest. Further back though, we have the potential move for the final position. They're going side by side. Along the pit straight, it seems it's all fine as we look at once again on board with Luke Mitchell as he tries to get his way through. It seems right now there's a 5.2 second gap to P1. It doesn't seem like anyone could be challenging Ollie Polly today. You're at 1:13.7 for the Norwegian to have potential fastest lap 2. Being sweepy, didn't get pole position though. Luke Mitchell was our pole position sitter as we look at the 999 car. On board with him as he tries to make his way past. Here we go on the pit straight for what seems to be the 10th lap of the race. Is there going to be a move here between Zweller and Mitchell? And on Cale, the South African is going to have to bail out if he's not careful. He's been boxed out and he is going to lose a position. America and Britain working together there as they try to make their way through, but Zweller slaloming on the rear end. That is Bifter in P13, who's struggling a lot in this race after making that mistake earlier on. Back down and try and have a look at what's going on further afield on the top 5, but I am utterly transfixed by the battling going on so far. Luke Mitchell now trying to chase down Rob. He's 1 second away from Rob and he wants to try and play with him. Luke Mitchell seems to have saved tyres, and now he's going to go for it, the 999 car, looking to pass the number 14 car. There we see from the back, you see Cale, and so pit stop there, pit stop late on for Ollie Polly. He didn't have enough fuel. Is that the end of the race? What on earth is happening here? Tyres too! Oh my goodness me, what has happened? The 22 Jensen Button helmet car had just been released on a pit lane. It does seem like he may have thrown away the race. Is this the first win now for Groot? What on earth has gone on there? Is Groot going to have to pit this lap? With 2 minutes to go, and we're going to see pit stops and a frantic end to this race. There's Dill Price, I believe it's Dylan. He's looking to make his mark once more on board here with the South African, my apologies, of Cade. 2 minutes to go in this race in round 1 as it all seems to be nice and sunny here. There's no risk of rain. And he's going to be able to make it through. What on earth has gone on with the Norwegians? So we see side-by-side action here between the American versus the South African. South African in the 101 car looking to make his way around the outside. Can he do it this time round? The 12 car is going to feed him out just a little bit here. Oh, that's the wrong button, my apologies. And here, if we go on board with Zweller, don't see much information on this run now. Feels like taking all the settings off. But it does seem like we have another driver in pit lane. Yellow flags are waving. I'm not sure who else. I think that's for the car that's waiting at the end of pit lane to stay out of the way of all the battling here side by side into turn 1. What can the MX5s do? Zweller relegated to P4 once now, and he is going to get shafted around with Luke Mitchell for the lead of the race. He's going to make his way through. We're going to take us back and have a look at how that move came about. So does he chuck it up the inside here? Here's the replay. Did Groot go wide? Groot just took it very easily through turn 1, and Mitchell just thought, you know what, if you don't want P1, I'll have that. I wonder if that's Groot turning down his engine to try and make his way further afield into the race. tenths of a second. 30 seconds left of the race. It seems the group potentially has thrown away a win here as they're all fighting towards the end, but it does seem like Luke Mitchell is going to be our first winner of the MX5 Championship here for SBR Racing. SBR Sim Racing, my apologies. Now into the final. Oh no, we might get one more lap. It looks like we're going to get one more lap here. But on top of this, we have got one more lap with 5 seconds across the line and one more lap. It seems drivers are finishing, but we have one more lap. But the winner, it seems, is Luke Mitchell here for the MX5s. So drivers obviously behind P1 and P2 are finishing, but we know that Luke Mitchell is going to do one more lap. My goodness me, it seems that Kale stayed ahead of Zwella in P4. P3 goes to him, Kale and Zwella in P4. Dill Price was in P5, and Ollie Potty, who led this race from P2 from really very early on in the race, is in P6. That is a big miscalculation there, but he did get fastest lap, so there's one consolation prize there. Now, as I said last time, it seems that Luke Mitchell is going to be taking the first win of the series. Round 1 is going to go to Luke Mitchell as he comes across the line now, flashing the headlights, flashing all the glory, crossing lines sideways and backwards. Luke Mitchell wins in Autopolis round 1. What a fantastic display. Let's see the podium celebration here. Pole position, a clean race, but it wasn't just that story. He had to battle through, he had to have fun. But wow, that was fun. See the drivers congratulating each other in the chat. We just make sure that we are in spectator mode once more. We wait for the settings to change this group, so we're gonna just sit in spectator mode if we can, and make sure all the settings are off. Prepared for the next race. What a race! That was really entertaining. Sean Bego in the chat saying that the track is awful. Struggling with this track, I believe, is the Hungarian. Oddify saying I don't know how I had fuel saved. Didn't know I had fuel saved, so lots of questions in the chat. Race 2 at past, so we have got 5 minutes for the race. We will come out of spectator mode and sit in the lobby. There we go. We can have a little chat. Oh. A little chat for a good old 5 minutes. Check in with what's happening on, what else is happening on the SBR channel. SBR channel, we have got currently the British Touring Car Championship, or the British Touring Car Blueprints Championship. Catalonia is racing right now, so if you fancy popping over and having a look at that. And the Mazda MX5, obviously we are racing at the same time, but if you do want to just hang out here with me, we're going to be live every week, hosted by myself, JB. Hello. Jacko has just joined in, so it seems like we will have extra drivers into the race. Obviously I am not entering due to the fact that I am a commentator, though I would like to see how terrible I am versus these drivers on the track. So as we wait now for the race, drivers having a relax, changing helmets, having a bit more practice driving out on the track. We'll have a look at who's on track in just a moment. It seems to be a car on track. Oh, and there are the race settings changing, so next race will be slightly more cloudy and a 32 lap race here in Autopolis. So a lap time race this time rather than a timed race, the 15-minute race. Room replaced. Just give me a moment. So, as we look at the chat, everyone's obviously all behaving. Everyone's being nice. Obviously, I'm sure there'll be race replays and things that they'll be showing off on the channel later on. I'm not sure what they might do. It'd be interesting to see different, from different point of views, what people were thinking throughout this race. And be interesting to chat with the drivers. Everyone's meant to be false start, my bad. Be aware, race 2, that was meant to be a false. Okay, so it seems that this time they didn't have the settings on allowing a driver to have to rev the engine themselves, a manual clutch essentially, in the settings. Interesting to look into the eyes of a sim racing driver when you look at this chat. So 32 laps of racing. We will potentially, a reverse grid order, we will potentially having more pit stops with 32 laps. We only had a little bit of laps last time, so it should be about an hour's race this time. A couple of drivers on track, so we will jump on into spectator mode for just a moment and have a look at those drivers. That's the chat. There we go. Drivers all racing out. What's that? Grab my keyboard. A bit more fun as we get everything lined up. Let's find out who's on track today as they're all testing out the different compound tyres. Here's Ollie Polly, who was in the lead of the first race, looking to make amends with the Jensen Button helmet. So, Norwegian, appealing to my favourite Formula 1 driver, the pink with copper helmet. I love the Jensen Button. He's actually my favourite racing driver in general, where I get my name from. And then there's Bifter, who had a terrible, drastic race after a mistake in the golf-style colours of the Mazda MX5. Ollie Polly into pit lane now, try and catch him rolling down. Quality good from the mechanics there as they drop him down and have him drive off. Good pit stop practice for the guys. Now we're going to put Bifter once more on track. Lots of drivers showing off. Who's someone we haven't seen before? Let's have a look at Wilson, who seemed to have a poor start to the race last time round. I believe it was him. So remember, reverse grid, so the fast guys are going to be at the back, slow guys are going to be at the front. And we'll see what happens. Well, they're not relatively slow guys, drivers who struggle in that race one. Let's have a look at someone else we haven't seen this time. Here's Maggie, the Hungarian driver in the MX5. Very comfortable there as he runs his way through. That bit a little bit less comfortable. Ooh. I'm trying to find how I got the in-car camera angle. I like that camera angle, but I guess I don't. No, that's what I don't know. My apologies if I just test every camera angle on the planet. So as we now head towards the 32 lap race, get ready, strap in, it's time for round 2 of the Mazda MX5 Championship. Round 2, round 1 was won by Luke Mitchell from pole position, but not in an easy race. He's starting in P13. This time, Bifter is going to start us off. It's time for the second round of the championship. Where are the lights? Where are the 3, 2, and 1? These are very long hold. So back racing here in Autopolis, and Bifter leads a very good start there from the British driver. British 1, 2, 3, 4, as they all come clamouring to try and make positions up on lap 1. Remember, it's a long race here into turn 1. They all come clamouring through, and there's a big accident there. Let's see what happened with the replays. They all come clamouring through. We'll try and get a replay ever so quickly. of what happened to the car. He just seemed to come steaming in and make contact, and it all just went wrong. So now back onto the full racing calendar now. Freaka in P2 is going to have to battle through. What on earth was that start? It seems the guys are ready to wreck their cars before they head to Italy for the next round of the championship. Ollie Polly, Norwegian driver who was in the race so well earlier on, has gone wrong, and then a big accident there, big crash there with Zweller, who's in P8, drops even further down now to further back. We'll see if we can get the replay camera just there, find out what happened to him. You know what, let's not, because it all seems quality action here has a long way to go already. If we're on board with groups, he tries to make his way through it, and as well his old compatriot, the 12 car, is going to try and stick at the inside of the 14. Lap 1 complete, Victor leads ahead of Freaka in P1, Strombago in P3 and Freaka in P2, Body in P4, Price is in P5, Kale in P6, and they're running wide there, seems to be Strombago. Let's have a look at the Hungarian. Stroke Jacko leaving the room. Didn't look very happy there. Or something's happened. So there's contact. The green car versus the white car had a race, and this time the green car leads out from Ollie Polly. Well, frantic racing already in this 32 lap race. I think they've forgotten this is the lap race. They swing around the outside. Ollie Polly with a Jensen Button helmet. What can he do? He does seem like he's going to try it. I think he's going to try and chuck it out the inside here into the final corner. He's alongside, and there you see lots of movement. There is a punt. Oh, Freako, my goodness me. And can Ollie Polly get two in as many corners? Oh, they are not interested in being very nice gentlemen today, are they? So much has changed. It seems that Smack Talk has been involved in the chat since the first round. Up the inside comes Ollie Polly, a little bit of damage on the outside, of the Mazda. All three of these guys trying to find their way through. Let's go on board with one of them. This is Strombago in P4 trying it out the inside, and it does seem there's going to be more content here. I said it was British scoring car rules in the first race. It does seem that is very much the case here. Vifta leading ahead of Freaka in P2, who has been a bit abused so far in this race so far. As the racing heats up, I wonder what happened to Groot. He's dropped well back. I think he's dropped behind Zweller. He seems to have maybe been involved in a bit of contact there as try and find out who's in last place. But up the inside comes Ollie Polly once more. And Strombago not giving him an inch. Ollie Polly saying, I don't need an inch, I just need a millimetre. And he got his way through. Ollie Polly into P3 and onto the podium here for the second round, the 32 lap race here at Autopolis. I wonder if Strombago is enjoying this race a little bit better than the first race. Let's get some various camera angles here, some zooming in, zooming out, especially the camera angle. Oh, and there's been a mistake. P1, Vifta making the same mistake he made in race 1. That's three wide into the next left-hander. It's going to be Freaka. Now Ollie Polly going for pole position, going for the win. Sorry. Let's try and find my onboard camera. There we go. So on board here with Freaka. The Red Bull sponsored driver with the helmet is looking to make his mark here in the championship already. He seemed to struggle in race 1. They see from pole and from race lead to P4 in a matter of moments. A mistake for Bifta has cost him the race lead. I can only assume it's the same mistake he made in race 1 when he just dipped a wheel onto the gravel and it all went wrong, outbraking himself into one. Now can Freaka go for the race lead, the slipstream in effect? It seems that Ollie Polly is actually pulling away from him a little bit now as they head towards the end of the lap. What can Freaka do as he tries to make a move up the inside? And there you see Vifta looking to make his move as well. But it seems that P5 is where he's going to be right now. Still Price in P1. Deal price, sorry, in P4. So as we hope to see some more action bubbling away, let's try and find out where our dearest a couple of drivers are that we haven't looked at before. Old Man Wilson in the race, currently P11. Pickle, an interesting name, is in P12. Let's see if we can find out where P10 is. So groups on the back of the main pack right now. There's a huge 6.6 second gap between Group and Meggy. Heading on to this start-finish straight, there's a lot of drivers here in a big train, so we'll see what happens with Freaka. So the battle from P2 stretches now down to P6 and possibly P7 as they all try and get ready to race. 6 laps complete out of 32 here for round 2. Double header, obviously, at Autopolis. Here's Bifter, was on pole position. PlayStation sponsored driver is looking to get his way through. Oh, someone's off wide. What on earth happened there? Who was that? Was that we'll go back 32 seconds. We can. Let's have a look at who that was. Dill Price, so it was Dill Price in P4. What happened here? He just slid off, he lost the rear end and slid and crashed. My goodness me. What an odd accident there, and heartbreak for Dill Price is going to drop down to, I believe, about P10 now. Is that P9 it is? So P9 he is just about safe in the car, probably going square, probably got the wheels are a little bit square now, so he might head to pit lane to get them changed early. Damage on the front end though. Will he head to pit lane, the number 8 car? He chooses not to. Pit lane here is quite difficult, it's got those chicane in there. Oh, and there has been an interesting move here. Let's back up and have a look at the replay here as the drivers start to get stretched out. So this is Strombago versus Freaka. Strombago trying out the inside of Freaka. Team side by side. Was it? Does Freaka just outbrake himself? It does seem like Fred has outbraked himself this time around. Called the end of the incident on the stream. Nothing back though. We have something interesting happening for the final position. No, not the final position. It's Wilson versus Meggy. So Hungarian versus Britain. What can old man Wilson get up to? The car. You hear the tyres chirping. Wow! Look at that, more aggressive. I wonder if his tyre differences here. Different tyre compounds, possibly. And they look to try and make their move. Car spot wide, and obviously Wilson struggling there. Tries to control the car. Jump back up into the top 10. Seems that it's going to be the battle for... Oh, sorry, the battle for P2. There we go, Freaka once again trying to make his move back and regain his second place in this race. 4 seconds of a start at the top. We've seen this before in round 1. Poddy just running away with it. But is it going to go away from him as it did in round 1? Let's just drop back to P6. There seems to be a battle ahead of him. So on board we see KO versus Weller, the American versus the South African once more, and it does seem that the American prevails this time round. So what will happen in this race? They all start to close up once more. Let's go on board with P7. Race 1 winner of Luke Mitchell in the black 909 car, sorry. What can he do as he starts to come on the back? Remember, these two in the shot right now, him and Bifter, are the only 2 drivers to have taken pole position in this series so far. I believe last season they used a different form of vehicle. I think they used a Toyota GT86. There you see side by side Strombago losing P3. Losing P2. He's going to try and come back at him. It doesn't seem this time round. Let's go back onto board as well. As well as trying to defend his way through. This is Trump back to P7. Oh, there seems to have been a mistake there. From, is it Freaker again? Let's back it up and have a look. It does seem to be Freaker's car with the pink wheels. Let's go on board with him, and he's seriously made a mountain out of that one, hasn't he? He's made a dog's dinner after that, but he still does better than I can. He's dropped well behind P3 and P4. Here we go, on board with Freaker, the Red Bull sponsored driver, struggling in this race so far. The tyres are beginning to wear, and Zweller and Kale really fighting on for P4 and P3. Everyone's come to play, and it's all fantastic. So we know Freaker's got some speed, and he's currently in P5. Go forward with him. Top 3 easily stretched out now as we try and see what will happen. Strombago looking for his first second place position of the series. Look at the speeds Freaker follows, and no wonder he's been making so many mistakes into one. He's using so much curve. And oh, even further back, that's Vifter. He's in P7, I believe, right now. Or P8, sorry. Let's go back and let's see what happened there. That was very interesting. It looks like he might have been helped along. Was he helped? No, he seriously made a dog's dinner of that. That's as bad as Freaker's one. Lose the rear end, very well done, but you know what, let's go back again. I want to have a look at that again from group's point of view. No, it looks like we're not going to get it from group's point of view, unfortunately. My apologies. That would have been great to have seen from Rob's point of view. He probably would have thinking, oh, that could have been dangerous. And Ollie Poddy pits with 4 litres of fuel left, or less than 4 litres of fuel. He heads to the pit lane. First driver to pit is the Norwegian, as it was last time round in round 1. 11 laps completed, who will definitely have multiple pit stops in this race. So we look at KO now, trying to go defensive against Weller as well, trying to go around the outside. His favourite move into 1, sorry. And it hasn't worked out this time round. Also, Strombago is coming up to lap the driver. Yes, it looks like he's coming up to lap Pickle. So if you wonder what happens there, if we see the blue flag waving, and that's obviously for Pickle. 3 blue flags, you should really get ready to get out of the way. This is obviously if we're following British touring car rules or GT racing rules. It's not like Formula 1 where you don't have to jump out of the way. It means that the faster car may try to overtake you. Be aware he's coming, just don't mess him out. That's essentially what the blue flag means in club racing, as this seems to emulate. See if we can catch a driver going into pit lane so we can show you what I mean. Yes, we can. Kale in the pit. Look at that chicane, and immediately there's his crew waiting for him. 2 drivers pitting. But Zweller is now our leader ahead of Luke Mitchell in P2 and Groot in P3. Over Ollie Poddy, first driver of the pit, he's currently in P4, that's a net P1 there. Got quite a distance as well on Freaker, who is going to be in it's Strombago who's going to be in P2. Have a look at Strombago, where is he? He's 11 seconds off, and remember he's got fresher tyres by a lap and a little bit more fuel in the car. This is going to get tasty heading into the second stops, which will be happening later on in the race, about lap 22, 23 or 24. I think we'll see Zweller in the pit lane this time round. Following him as they come towards lapping. You never want to get stuck in traffic in club racing, so that's how it all goes wrong. You hear the pops of the engines on downshifts. Oh, reminds me of standing on the bank at Silverstone. And here we go. So once again, let's watch this. Oh, yellow flags. Not sure who that was for. If he leaves the pit lane camera, Ollie Poddy, remember, he's going to be leading this race at some point. We'll see Ollie Poddy back in the lead of this race here Drivers who haven't stopped yet are Luke Mitchell and Groot. Ironically, P1 and P2 in the first race. Remember, no safety car in this race, so we will not see the safety car, as it's not an option in GT Sport. Be good to, you know, if you have a driver that's able to just sit in pit lane and be able to just drive out, because we have safety cars in the game. So let's drop back and have a look at the battle here for P4, which is going to be a net P2. Strombergo versus KO versus Weller. The Wheeler, sorry. I've been saying that wrong the whole time round. Damn it. So Wheeler, I'll get it right eventually. Oh my goodness me. So they shouldn't let me on commentary. What can he do though? What can KO do? You hear the crowd chirping away in the ears. Every driver looking to make their moves as quickly as possible. Into pit lane, pulls. Groot finally, he was on the soft tyres. This ultra soft tyres, or the super soft tyres, sorry, it was on the purple tyre. Confused yet? So am I. So Groot will drop back, yellow flags are waving. It's turn one, it seems to be it. Ooh, who's that? That seems to be Old Man Wilson. Let's go back in time. And wow, that's interesting. Let's see if we can go even further back. Can we get B? Here we can. So he's just lost it on the curves and he's facing. That's a situation where you're thinking, oh dear. So that can end all badly as we look at Old Man Wilson. So Luke Mitchell leads by 10 seconds. He's going to be heading to pit lane, I believe, this lap time. This time round, he'll be heading into pit lane. Let's drop back and have a look at his wheeler. Oh, and a mistake there for Kale. As the South African Aussie blue flags are waving as he's trying to make his way ahead. And it seems that Zuila is going to try and get his way through as well. Try and get the right driver. Come on, JB, wake up. On board with Wheeler now as he tries it around the outside. The American, he's going to, whoa, that's a bit of rule there, but remember, British touring car rules, it doesn't matter as long as the car's not punted off. Heading towards half distance in this race, not long to go. Drivers are going to be under pressure. Here is Groot looking to make a move for P2. This will be the net race lead. Remember, we will possibly have more pit stops to come. Who knows in this race? Now Groot is going to make it. What a move there for Groot. What a fantastic move as he makes it through. I want to watch that again. Who wants to watch that again? As we look, quickly get the replay camera. The shortest replay we have, and he's already up the inside, but he just seems to be very confident there on the tyres. He's got better tyres, he's got more fuel, and now the driver will be racing hard to try and make up for lost ground. Ollie Polly could be a little bit miffed of why that happened with different strategy. And now trying to go around the outside is Wheeler. Can he do it? He's going to outbrake Kale's going to try and filter him out towards the gravel, but he sticks to his line. All's fair, love, war, and all of that jazz. Luke Mitchell still retrieving up the pit. Excuse me. Go from the water. Yellow flag, someone sideways, I saw Old Man Wilson once more. Let's find out what happened to him. Whoa, that's a very strange incident. That's very strange for the 22. The reason I abuse the replay camera so much is I enjoy tracking and trying to work out what happened. You see pit stop here. Let's watch a full pit stop of Luke Mitchell's car. So super soft going onto the car, refueling in, full refueling rod out now, and drive away into traffic. And then you see Wheeler trying to make a move around the outside. He's going to get blocked off for traffic, and that almost, I think there, Luke Mitchell got a little bit in the way, but he couldn't help it because that's how pit lane goes at Autopolis. On board with Wheeler. I think we'll see Luke Mitchell fly up the inside sooner rather than later. Let's go on board with Mitchell himself. Here we go, just to prove it. Here's Luke Mitchell. Just fresh out the pit lane. He's got a little bit of cold tyres, so we're going to warm them up. I think the driver in front is a lapped car. Luke Mitchell possibly could go to the end on these tyres. I'm not too sure though. I think it'll be interesting to see what will happen. They come through towards the quickened part of the circuit, these long, almost single file section. As you see, the drivers just sitting on each other's bumpers, bump driving their way through the NASCAR techniques. Now the outside, Cale trying to do his best to defend from Wheeler, and now we see the drivers head on to the start finish straight for the 18th lap of the race, or sorry, for the 17th lap of the race. It was 18th. I don't know what I'm talking about. So Luke Mitchell using the slipstream of a lapped car. There we see the sponsor on the front, Pendragon's Bodyworks, sponsoring the league. And there at the inside, it seems that Wheeler's going to have it. Sorry, it seems that Wheeler's going to have it done. There it is, up into P3 now for the American, looking to make reprimand for what happened in this evening. Roll cage of the car, glinting in the sun here at 4 PM in the Japanese countryside. Further back though, we haven't seen him for a while. Here's Still Price. He made a mistake earlier on in the race, looking to make that better. 30 seconds behind the leader. He tries to duck his way through the traffic. Preco as well, who also was being prone to mistakes this race, is in P7. Here's Still Price, the yellow and purple helmet. Blue flags are waving for what I believe is Mr. Pickles. Oh sorry, Old Man Wilson there in P12, and they're, whoa, fully getting in the way there. And that did not go well at all for Still Price, and he could complain. He blocked me on blue flags. He wasn't paying attention. It's clear now. He probably could complain. I think he probably will complain, because all racing guys complain. Now Cale on Wheeler once more for P3. Wheeler and these guys are so similar pace. I'm looking forward to this whole season with these guys battling this way. Heading towards 5 to 9 in the UK. Can't imagine how it is in other places. Drivers are definitely looking to expand. We've got about 14 laps to go of this race. And Wheeler just driving past Cale there. A major difference in line, but Cale jetting back up him. Luke Mitchell's tyres finally warmed up here though, as it seems that Mitchell was going to try it on Wheeler. As you see a difference in grip there. No rear end slip from the black Mazda at all. So black versus purple, or versus blue, sorry, let's have it blue versus red. On board with Luke Mitchell here as he looks to make his way through. Around the outside he's going to try. It doesn't seem like he can do it. It's like, oh, a big mistake. He dipped a rear wheel on the grass. And that's allowed Wheeler back through. Goodness me. Drivers making mistakes at turn 1. Easily done though. Turn 1 here is very tricky. Just check in with what the gap is back there. It seems that the gap's okay. We look at Wheeler trying to stay ahead of one driver who's on very quick tyres. He's got the fast lap of the race, and another driver who's on very old tyres. Seems that it's got a battle for P1 as he laps. It seems that we've lapped Bifter once more, who seems to be in P9 this race. There he is. So Bifter has been lapped. No, it wasn't Bifter that's been lapped. So who's oh, it's old man Wilson. No, it wasn't even Wilson. Nice little things. Who's behind Ollie Polly there? At some point I'll learn the driver's livery. Once more, it seems that the battle is heating up once more between Wheeler and Mitchell. Mitchell's dropped way back, so I wonder if there's been a mistake from the British driver. Definitely wasn't pinning for those tyres. Those tyres are definitely better than it currently needed to be. So drivers really hammering down now. 12 laps to go in this race. Into pit lane. Oh, what on earth happened there? Was someone go wide? It was a mistake from Wheeler. Let's go back and check out what happened there. I'd love it to have the inboard shot on this one. Let's see it from the outboard shot there in the replay. He's ran at one, the curve has just been spat out at the end and crash. Oh, that might be bent. It might be a little bit broken. And into pit lane he pulls. Maybe some repairs needed for that car. I think a decent mechanic will give it an even chance, but that front end is a little bit bent now. On board Dill Price at the inside of Ollie Polly, who's just got out of pit lane, and then Ollie Polly back through after making a mistake there. Let's see that again from the onboard shot. This onboard shot, please. So from quite a while ago to yellow flags, you see past Wheeler. And obviously you see Ollie Polly come out of pit lane. It's interesting to see how he passes the slow car. So we know Ollie Polly's in pit lane now. It is quite a long way back. I apologise for the replay being so far back. So Ollie Polly rolling down pit lane. We'll teleport to the end of pit lane just about now. Ollie Polly coming out of pit lane. There he is, ghosted. So very opportunistic move here. Into the braking zone and just set straight off. Go play on the kitty. That stuff's really hard to run through if you didn't know. Why would you know? I would know. Pit lane comes freaker, drivers pitting. Try and find out where that battle is further down the field. And there it is, it's Meggy versus Old Man Wilson. No, sorry, he's lapped Old Man Wilson. Drivers really putting pressure on each other. Currently leading is Kale, who I believe will be heading to pit lane this time round, but then again, don't listen to me, I don't know what I'm talking about. Pickle Pimp and Old Man Wilson bringing up the rear of the field. Let's run through the order completely as one now. So Old Man Wilson is in P12, ahead of Pickle Pimp, who's in P11. P10 is Meggy, who's under pressure from Old Man Wilson to try and unlap himself. P9 is Bifter, who started on pole position for this 32 lap race. He really struggled at the start of this after making a mistake. Dill Price is in P8, behind Freaker, who's in P7. Zwella is in P6, ahead of behind Strombago, who's trying to stay ahead of him right now in P5. P4 is Group, but that's going to change because we have the leader in the pit lane getting his fuel in, and that is Kale. Then Ollie Polly in P2 and Luke Mitchell in P1, the driver who won the first race of the MX5 round 1 earlier on tonight. Take a moment just to breathe, have a sip of a drink, work out where everyone is on track. So I'm going to follow that map versus have some fun. Is that Wilson that they passed me? seems to be Dill Price. Let's have a look at it. So Dill Price is fighting. No, he's not. It's very difficult to not know where people are on this map. I'm trying to guess. Ah, here we go. Here's a battle, and that's between Group and KO. Remember, KO's just got out of pit lane, and Group has been going a while. These two very similar colours here between the blue and the purple. I wonder if that'll be altered after the next race, for the next round in Lego Mochiego or something. I can't speak Italian, but they'll be heading to Italy for the next round of the championship. Basically, might even be Tuscany. Yeah. Comfortable here. All the drivers looking very settled as they're heading towards the final stage of the race. I believe we've seen the last pit stops as we head on to a fair few laps to go still. Things can still change, but no safety cars, no one's going to bunch them all together. Big job is just be quicker than the other driver right now. It does seem like that's not going to happen. Ollie Polly P2 with a Jensen Button helmet is 9.7 seconds off Luke Mitchell. Luke Mitchell hasn't stopped yet though, so we could see if he goes to the end. I did theorise further on in the race, that he would make it to the end of the race. Let's go back to look at KO versus Group here on board KO. Now with the black, the pink and the blue helmet. Shall we see what Rob's helmet's like? Rob, show off your helmet. It's black and carbon. He likes black and carbon helmets. In the purple car. So the number 14 car. There's Pickle Pimp. Once more trying to just enjoy his run round. He's 1 minute behind the championship. And Old Man Watson, who's 2 minutes behind, is having a bit of a struggle this time round. But we'll see what happens to the 77 car, or sorry, the 22 car in the next round of the championship. Into pit lane, pulls no driver. Blue flags are waving that. It says give way, but you don't have to. You don't get penalty. Maybe into pit lane. Have a look at it. Stopping there for the gear. What can the crew do? Hammer on some things, crack on, fill it up, and drive off. Seems another interesting helmet there. Hungarian helmet at the top. Hungarian flag at the top. Very nice. That's a lot of fuel going into the car. And dust he releases. Luke Mitchell still leads, looking very comfortable on the 27 laps of racing. Completed 28, almost done. I wonder if you guys can actually hear the fans cheering in the background. They added those into the game. Because why wouldn't you want fans cheering and your drivers? Yeah, come on, drive in a circle. That's where I used to go, but I ended up liking it. So Kale putting pressure on Route 1 just outside the second margin, so not major pressure. But Groot will see him in his wing mirrors and think, okay, what do you want? Once again, following Kale onto the 28th lap of racing. 27 laps completed, now to complete the 28. Changing gear there, shifting down as we follow him into 1. It does seem like the battles have all calmed down in the further end of this race. Closer battle on track seems to be further back. Very difficult to know who's lapped on the map or not. But there's Dill Price, haven't seen him for a while. He's starting to put pressure on someone. That's not Freaker and friend, that's Pickle. Take a look at Phil Procell. We've seen that one. Who's that we haven't seen? Probably Freaker. Freaker, show it off. Oh no, you're Red Bull. Freaker, no, he's on the back as well. So we have found a battle in this race. So the Red Bull driver looking to make his mark and to pass Zawila. Oh, and that's his mark on the barriers. Let's go back and look at this. So what happened here? Jolly Polly pitting once more. Oh, I know what I've done there. I haven't set the replay mark. Oops. So we won't see what happened there. I had the replay mark all the way back when Ollie Polly was in pit lane. The gap is coming down now, but not dramatically enough to warrant a potential chance here. We see Mitchell just passing now Wilson. Your man giving way to the flying number 999 car. Absolutely, well, 939 car, my apologies, not very clear. You go on board and you see, looks like 3-9. Strombago, 15 seconds off the chance of overtaking Kale. Kale in P4, looking to still make a mark. He's edging closer to Group. Whether he would take P3 or not, we don't know. Race coming to a close though, very, very soon. Heading into one. What can Kale do? Well, that's not going to help his chances at all, trying to overtake. 1.5 seconds. Since we have a comment in the chat, I can pop onto it and have a look. Check out the chat. Just give me just a moment's time, we'll find out what happened there. Oh, and it's Thingamajig. Hello, Thingamajig. Welcome to the chat. Drivers supporting each other. Very nice to see support in the chat for drivers. Remember, we support all the drivers here. So what can the MX5 drivers do? They head on to the 31st lap and the penultimate lap of racing here. Wait for the chat to update on my end. How's it going, Thingamajig? 1.6 seconds, obviously with the cooling effect there of trying to run everything up. It does seem that everyone's going to stay in these relative positions. Let's find out where Luke Mitchell is to try and engage on the track. He's there, okay. Starting the 30-second lap in just a few moments time. Ollie Polly P2. I don't think unless he has a major turn of pace he's going to bother him this time round. And oh, a big mistake! Big off there for Groot! Oh no, he's throwing that away! Oh my goodness me, let's check that out. On board. Oh, he's already wide. Let's go back even further. So what's happened here? He's just run out wide and he's just back up the curb. He's just done it right, done it really badly there, and then gone for a nice pirouette on the grass. Oh, thank you. There you were saying that. It's always nice to have some support for the commentators as well. Final lap has begun though here in Autopolis. For the final time, we are going to run through the gates, and it does seem that it's going to be untouched for Luke Mitchell. We're going to stay on board with him. Kale up to third, looking very excited for this race. Might be Cal, not sure. We'll go Cal though. It can be a cabbage. Luke Mitchell won the first round in the 15-minute sprint race. Now in the longer 32-lap race, he's looking to be excitedly taking victory. Been a very quick race here. Remember, turn right this time round. your winner 2 times in a row and the 100% record of winning so far. He's flashing us again. He's got them out. Is he going to do what he did last time around? He's going to be P1. Luke Mitchell has a 100% record here. The Mazda MX5s. He is now P1 in the championship. Double points. P2 goes to Ollie Folly, P3 to Kale, and commiserations to crew who missed out on a double podium weekend. He's going to be fuming, indicators on, into pit lane. Strombergo going to finish P5 ahead of Wheeler, who's going to finish in P6, a little bit far off. Freak is going to finish in P7, and P8 is going to go to Dill Price. P9 is going to be 5th, is going to be Fifter, and P10 is going to be Meggy. Pickle Pimp is going to be, yeah, I assume his helmet is those colours, yeah. He's going to be in P11, and Old Man Wilson is going to finish a plumb dead last. But, thoroughly entertaining, 2 minutes to go to finish this race, but there he is, your race winner. So it'll be interesting to hear from him, but he is looking very confident heading into the next round. There we are, results confirmed. 12 drivers. Victory once more. He started last, finished first. Well done to Luke Mitchell, who gained 12 positions in that race. And that'll do us. And that was a fantastic couple of races here in Autopolis. Next week we're heading off to let me just clarify, make sure, and watch me butcher this Italian name. Next week we're off to Lago Maggiore East, so that is a racetrack somewhere, I believe it's Italy, but we will be seeing everyone heading there next time round. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed the commentary. And we will see you next week for the 3rd and 4th round of the Mazda MX5 Championship with Pendragon Bodyworks as our main sponsor. My name is JB, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time for another round of GT Sport commentary. Have a very good weekend and stay safe everyone, we'll see you again soon. Ta-ra guys!